supposed to rendezvous with a supply convoy. But then, things started to go wrong.
This is the crowbar with my guide for Gears of War Judgment. In this guide, I am going to be completing all of the declassified missions and finding all of the collectible items. I am playing on hardcore difficulty, and I am also going to get all of the stars in the game as well. The declassified mission for this first section of the game is not for a little ways into the mission until you get past this first area here.
So you say. High-class stuff. Enemy spotted.
You'll start out most portions of the game when you load up with a Lancer and a Gnasher. Depending on what you want to use, I would say it's generally best to ditch your Lancer and keep the Gnasher. Gnasher's a really good secondary weapon. Like I do here, you can get up close and you can kill people usually in one hit. And if you've played multiplayer, you'll really know how to do that, or if you're familiar with Gears of War, it's pretty much the same Gnasher that it's always been. But Lancer's kind of questionably useful in Gears of War Judgment's main game. So your declassified mission for the first area is going to spawn a bunch of dark wretches, which in this case are lambent wretches, and they just explode when you kill them. And it's pretty easy to declassified mission. Really don't need to change any strategy or anything. Just try not to be next to the wretches when they die.
There was half a company here.
Ammo in Gears of War Judgment is handled a little bit differently than it is in the other games. Power weapons you have to find ammo for in the environment most of the time. You won't pick it up in regular ammo packs. The other new thing in Judgment is the scoring system here. And you can see there I just went down. And you can also see up in the top left of the screen that I have my stars. Now the goal for scoring is to get all 3 stars in each section of the campaign. Going down harms your score, but it doesn't really hurt it all that badly, especially if you're taking declassified missions, like I am in this playthrough of the game. And as long as you don't go down too much, you should be fine with going down and getting revived. You might want to start if you go down for a particularly long time, or you get into a spot where you're dying 2, 3, 4 times. And with my grenade I just tossed there, I tossed that into an emergence hole. And that's something that you're going to want to learn how to do and generally keep a grenade around to do. And what that does is it stops the locust spawn point and it kills all of them around there. It's great for points. And you get those points from doing pretty much anything. For your kills, headshots, jib kills where you blow someone apart, those are going to be your most valuable ones. And also executions are pretty valuable too. And this completes the first area of the game, but we're going to get our first collectible item in the game here first. Now, for this first section of the game, my collectible count is off. I accidentally got one in a later chapter, so I'm kind of coming back. But yeah, you'll find this cog tag right at the end of the mission, right across from the gate that you need to take to the next area. This is part 2 of section 1, and this section is going to introduce the Markza, and the Markza is, in my opinion, probably the single best gun to be using during the single-player game. And what it is it's a relatively weak but very high-capacity sniper rifle, and it's great for getting headshots on the AI. Not always that good for human players, but great on the AI, because they tend to move slowly, and they don't dodge. So the declassified mission for this time around is a time limit. And this is a somewhat difficult one to go for. A lot of the time limit declassified missions are rather difficult. So just keep in mind that you really need to move fast. And the easiest way to clear out this section is to run up to where I am and grab the mortar. And this will allow you to take out most of the enemies along this little street here. And it's a lot of high-powered guys, so it's really good. The other great thing about the Marks is that it has insane amounts of ammo. And with how the ammo system works in the Gears of War single player, is that standard ammo packs will refill a certain set of weapons, and for other weapons, they won't refill anything, and those are generally power weapons. So the more typical long-shot sniper rifle doesn't get refilled by those. However, the Marks does, as does the Gnasher and the Lancer, and the sort of other mainstay primary weapons. So I have the combination of the Gnasher and the Marks here, and I would generally say for about 90% of the game, that is going to be an ideal weapon combination. Now, sometimes it's going to be better if you have a power weapon in one of those slots, and there's no reason to keep the Gnasher and Marks all the time, but I do think that is an ideal combination. And also, if you're going for the declassified missions, a lot of the time you will need to use specific weapons for those, and that will require changing out your weapons. Now, there is a collectible item in this area, the cog tag. It's in this little area off to the side of the main fighting, and you can wait to kill everyone until you get there. You still have time at the end, as long as you're doing well on time. But I just like to go over and run and grab it during the fighting to make sure you get it. And then after that door opens, you can just run through the door there, and that's going to be the end of the area. This is section 3 of the first chapter of Gears of War Judgment. In this section, you're going to find your declassified mission right at the start. This is a pretty easy one. It's very difficult to get points with this, however, there's an opportunity to make up a lot of points later on in this section. And your cog tag, a collectible item, is going to be right at the start here, to the right. And when you come into the courtyard here, you are going to be introduced to Cantus. Cantus, if you played the other Gears of War games, you will know can heal the weaker drones with a shout. They're generally the first enemies you want to take out when you get into a new area. They don't deal a ton of damage on their own, but they have ink grenades, and those, if you stand in place for long enough, can kill you. For this section, our declassified mission is using sawed-offs and hammer bursts that'll replace whatever you had earlier. And whenever you get one of these missions that replaces one of your items, if you reload the next area from the menu, you'll be set back with your normal allotment of a Lancer and a Gnasher. And a minute ago, you can just see there I picked up an Onyx ammo crate. Those Onyx ammo crates, you'll find them occasionally in the single-player game, and those will completely restore all of the ammo for any gun you're currently using. And that makes them very useful because they will also restore the ammo of any of your power weapons. So you generally want to wait to pick those up until you've exhausted the supply of a boom shot or a long shot or any of the other major power weapons. And this long shot here, this is going to be the way we're going to get all of our points in this area. After you clear out all of the enemies up on the top here, there's going to be a large wave that spawns down at the bottom of this area. And once those guys spawn, you can use the long shot to get double kills and headshots and jib points. And that's going to get you all 3 stars for this area really, really quick. And thankfully, since there's so many long shots, you should be able to take out pretty much everybody with long shots and not have to worry about going toe-to-toe too much with your regular guns. And after you get all these, the next area is going to open up. It's the door that's actually right behind me in this scene right here. So once you kill everybody, move on to the next section.
Man, I ain't never seen so many grubs in one place before. I know. Let's just get inside.